Good morning. I don't even know if the countdown finished. This Wi-Fi is so slow. Morning, guys. Blessings to everybody in the chat. Blessings to 93 Stang, Lashes. Good to see you. Blessings, Carbon Q, Gina. Girl, the snow, man. Girl, the snow. Woo! I am sweating under my bonnet. I knew it was going to be bad because last night I had stepped out near the ending of Frugal Friday, and anybody else would have turned around and went back into the house. But I said, let me just get this over with and drop off what I need to drop off. And I'm glad I did. But man, the roads, the snow. So this morning, I think I have at least, I don't know if y'all got the snow over there in Ohio and Fifi and Massachusetts, but I think we have about at least 10 inches. Blessings, Joe Vacu. It's bad. I just shoveled the front steps, the front end, like the front door, because it was literally on my front door, the sidewalk, and I'm sweating. I'm dripping. You think I'm in a hot climate. It's bad. I'm irritated though. Irritated, but I'll tell you in a second. Let me just check the stream, make sure it's streaming good on my phone, because on my the StreamYard it looks very laggy. Oh, no snow here yet. Girl, jeez. It is rough. At the rate that I'm going, it will take me 3 days to get out. But I'm not going to take 3 days. I'm going to do what I can and then just drive over it. But I'm irritated. Let me tell you. Give me 1 second. I was, sometimes stuff happens in real life, and that's what makes you talk about those topics. But chivalry, I think chivalry is dead. How can you say that? Chivalry is dead. The amount of almost arguments I have to get into with neighbors, with grown men who should know better, or at least be more courteous. Let me see what Fifi's saying. We have snow falling all day and wind. The last night the winds were bad, but the snow is literally, if you have elders, they may be snowed into their house. That's not even exaggerating. They may have to get someone to shovel them out of their home. It's a lot of snow and it's heavy, which is why I'm sweating. Let me just see where's my own video. I'm trying to find my own live all this time to see how it look. Oh, there it is. To make sure it's okay, to you guys it doesn't look too bad. It's smooth. So I got up, one of the neighbors who we don't share a driveway. He hasn't shoveled in the last 3 snowfalls. I guess last night he was out and had to shovel to get his car in. So he shoveled his sidewalk literally to the millimeter of the property line. Like, when someone doesn't even go over the property line, and he knows it's only little old me shoveling all that snow by myself. Morning, Cottonwood, blessings. And he can't even say, all right, let me just do a little, like even at 12 inches, a little more, because it's she by herself struggling. And I've been shoveling for every snowfall to make sure that the pathway at least is clear. And then the driveway, I do little at a time. The man I said, so I woke up this morning, I'm like, all right, it's going to be that kind of day. Then even to right now, the other neighbor that we share a driveway with, who's in Florida, and her tenant downstairs decided not to clear the part that's behind him. I mean, like his part to park. He's parked behind my car. The one thing my neighbors know about me, the one thing they know, don't come on my property. Period. I'm very particular. I'm downright rude about it. I've never gone on no one's property, parked my car on no one's property, inconvenienced nobody on their property. So I don't know why people think they can keep doing it to me. It's not the first time. Every tenant that she has likes to encroach on my driveway. There's a lot of snow out there, don't get me wrong, but if I have an emergency, and that's happened before, with when you have aging parents and you have to just fly out the door and whatever's out there is out there. You drive over the snow, through the snow. You plow it. You just move your 4x4 and you just get through and leave the snow there and go to the hospital or wherever you have to go. I literally have to go knock on someone's door, probably wake them up to move their car to get out of my own driveway. Needless to say, I'm not impressed. But since I go live on Saturday, I said, you know what? I'm going to cool out a minute. I'm going to give him some time. Because if I was parked on someone's driveway illegally, I would have get my behind up at the crack of dawn to move my car out the way. But oh no, the car is still there. And his girlfriend's car is on the road. So I guess he's busy. So I'll give him a bit more time. But when the live is finished, if his car is not moved from behind my car, I'm going to nicely, not so nicely, hey, blessings to you, broke farmer. I'm going to nicely go over and say, listen, I don't care what's going on in the night, what emergency is going on in whatever, you keep your car, do not park behind my car. I've experienced those late night emergency phone calls, and honest to God, if there was an emergency right now, his car would be smashed and I ain't paying to fix it. Let me tell you that. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll knock first. Maybe I'll calm down. Maybe I'll knock on his door first. And if he doesn't get up in a certain time and answer the door, don't even put on no clothes. If you're in your underwear, move your damn car. I don't even have time to wait for you to put on clothes. And why is your car behind my car? He don't watch. I don't think he even knows I'm on YouTube, but he's gonna know. He's gonna know. I have never, it's in 5 years, been on any of their properties ever in life. I know better. I don't park my car there. My friends and my guests do not park their car anyway to block any of my neighbors, but their guests do it to me all the time. And I'm going to lose my head one day and to start smashing things, allegedly, because I don't like it. I'm a morning person. I will be at the grocery store right now. I'll be on the road with Gina at Sam's Club and Costco. I get up early and get it over and done with and come back. That's how I usually roll. And now this man is blocking me from exiting, and his car is still there. He hasn't gotten up to do nothing. Let's trust me. That's why I don't like people. I stick to myself. I mind my own business, because when people piss me off and I lose my head, a whole war just starts. Because why are you on my property? They see me struggling to keep my driveway clear in these snowstorms, and there's 2 men next door, lazy ass men. They don't even shovel their stuff. Never mind to come help me, little old fragile. Well, I guess I'm not fragile. Shoveling my little driveway. Oh no, they don't help. Chivalry is dead. Let me tell you. Well, how can you say that? Because the only time they help is with the chance of getting the panache. And if there's no panache on the table, if it's not being offered, you're shoveling your own damn driveway. Let me tell you. Ask somebody who knows. There's no chivalry. Get a megaphone and say you are calling the tow truck. Oh, I'm not warning them. I don't warn nobody. But I will call the tow truck. I'm giving them till a certain amount of time, because my friends are shoveling their driveway now. My sister's going to come and call me. Don't get your blood pressure. Exactly. I need to keep my blood pressure down. That's why my sister gave me the best advice before she passed. Just get it off your chest. So if I feel like kicking the tires and kicking down the man's car, I'm just going to kick it down and get it over with. Just get it off my chest. Or I'm going to shovel the snow onto his car. I want to call the tow truck. It's all right. I know how to fix his business. Because I don't know how you're still in your bed sleeping, and I'm up and at him shoveling. I shoveled a bit and I got tired. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop, because exactly, you don't want to overexert yourself. After the live, I'm going to go out and do some more. And I'm going to try to get my car out the driveway, because tomorrow, even today, I need to get on the road. I got things to do. Is it possible he's just stupid and doesn't know? People are selfish. This is the problem. People are very selfish. The panache. Yeah, the panache. You got to say it with a little French so it doesn't sound so vulgar on this platform. We know what it is. They you know. So the laborer on the left my sidewalk to the millimeter and left all of it to me. And then the one on the right, park and block me in. And the lady downstairs, her car is there, but she's not there because she told me. And she would have been gone already as well. She goes to work about 4 or 5 in the morning, and she works on Saturdays. So I guess she heard about the storm, and they have a place at work that you can, I don't know, something's going on. So she just stayed overnight and said she's not going to bother take the train back because it's just too much. Because on certain days she takes the train if it's going to be bad. So her car would have been moved long time. So you're blocking, and that's what gets me upset too, because she has her own early schedule. Hey, random jail. I don't know if I said hi to you. So he would have blocked her from going to work, and then he's blocking me. They're just so selfish. Like and the thing about it is, nobody can say I've done that on the street, at my parents' house, anywhere. I've never done it. If I have to park somewhere quickly to unload, literally I unload and I move the car, but I've never even done that. Hey, G Mama, good morning. They're just selfish. They don't care who's inconvenienced. They don't care what happens. Fine. So I said, you know what? Fine. Maybe he gets home late at night. He works a weird night shift. Maybe he came home late and said, you know what? I'm tired. But when the sun rose, he should have moved his car, or his girlfriend should have moved his car for him and said, listen, babes, move my car in the morning, like at night by 9 o'clock. Well, it's 9 o'clock now. So that way it's not in anybody's way. Oh, no. No arrangements, no nothing. But anyways, we have other things to discuss besides selfish neighbors. I went to the store Thursday night. Yes, I know it was Thursday because I was watching Planter while I was in the store. And I said hi to everybody, but I said I'm at the store. And the reason why I was in the store, I'm going to blame Juicing with Jay for this. I went to get groceries, yes, but I went to get food for the raw vegan challenge. He's having a 30-day. I ain't doing no 30 days. I told him that right from the jump. I am not raw vegan for no 30 days. I can do one meal here and there. So, and G Mama, I called you out on my community tab with some other people. I've showed me your raw vegan meal. So your name is there too. So I went and got some produce. So I went to I would say a higher end neighborhood because I was getting something at another store. The store as a whole, there's a whole bunch of things, but I went to get the seed starting kit for the parents' house. And the one that I got that's on sale, it's the Mackenzie or the Jiffy kit with the light and the tray and the pods. I got one, but it's missing half the pod, so I'm going to return it. But I'm not going to return it until I get one that has the full kit. There was only one store that was close enough to me that had 25 in stock. I get to the store, can't find the grow kits anywhere. Up and down, left and right, I had to ask the staff. They're like, well, maybe it's not here. I go, it's kind of, this story has many points, so just follow along. How can you go to the store? You check online for the inventory. I think someone said hi to, oh, hey, Oda, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was you. I'm looking at random jail. Hey, Oda, good to see you. People don't care. Oh, don't get me started. Well, I went to the store and I checked first. And I have enough sense. Like, people look like, I'm not stupid. If it had 3 and I got there and there was none, that's not surprising because most likely it didn't synchronize. But if you tell me online it says 25 and I get there and there's none, that's not likely. Or maybe there's none. I said, no, you have something in the back, so you need to go check in the back. So I'm there with my sister and I'm looking, and then finally I look way up in the sky on the top shelf. I said, is that the thing over there? He had to go get the mega ladder, the long ladder to go and climb up and get the thing. So I bought 2. And I stood there, opened the package, and I checked for all the pods. One of the kits didn't have all the pods, so I just took one from another one on the shelf, another brand. I took the pod and I put it in mine. Yeah, I did. Because I want all 72 pods. And this lady was asking for help with gardening. She saw what I was doing and then she just asked me. I said, yeah, I told her what to do with the pods. She was buying soil. I said, I don't buy soil no more. Too much flies and gnats in the house. And then she nodded. Exactly. I showed her what to do. I told her to buy the kit. It was $32. And the light by itself, I showed her is $70. So you do the math. You do the math. it's much better to buy the kit. So she bought the kit. Then the guy had to come back and climb up to the sky and get the kit because he didn't think it would be sensible to load the shelf where customers could reach it themselves. So anyways, I went there. I got what I needed. I got the kits because what I'm trying to do this year, which I'll get to that point at the end of my long complaining story about shopping. I got some pH adjuster. Let me get my towel. I got some pH adjuster for the hydroponics because I think my basil is the pH is off from what I read up. Okay, another story. So I went to the health food store because I'm in the frou area. So I went to this health food store because what I'm trying to do is grow my own wheatgrass. Again, why I don't like people, why I don't like shopping, why I don't like people are just ugh. I went to the health food store. My sister and I are at the wheatgrass, looking at the wheatgrass, seeing how much it costs for actual wheatgrass in a tray growing, and you can buy it about $6 because I want to give the clucks fodder and I want to use it to also juice because you guys know that I do a lot of juicing. And the lady comes over and she's reaching to get something. Talk about blood pressure, that gets under my skin. And I'm a Caribbean, so I will talk about you loud enough that you can hear me, but not really directly, but I'm talking about you. So I said, what's wrong with people in Mount? They can't talk? They can't use their words? Is excuse me so hard to say? Oh, you're in the bed, Fifi? She said, do. And then my sister's like, so my sister actually moved. And she goes, why did I move? Because of her go, but I wouldn't have moved. I stood my ground. My ground. And I was done looking at the wheatgrass 5 minutes ago, but I stood there looking at the wheatgrass for another 5 minutes. Then I moved to something else. She's next to me too. Why are you next to me? Number one, why can't you use your words? I have never gone to somebody in a store and reach over them like they're invisible. And this is part of the problem. They treat you like you're invisible. Microaggressions gets under my skin, and I get real mouthy with it. Get mouthy because you should have said, excuse me, do you mind if I get by you? Do you mind if I reach over there? And anyways, so there's a whole conversation about that. I'm going around the store, and the store has always been expensive. Like, hello, it's a frou health food store. The prices, literally, I don't think anybody could afford that, even people who are super rich, because it's not really worth it. One cauliflower crust pizza is like over $10. One pizza, all these fancy dried goods and all these fancy produce over the roof. I went there to buy wheatgrass seeds or I see you buckwheat. If you could send it to me, G Mama, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great. Just use regular mail. Don't use no fancy fast courier. I don't mind the slow boat because I know it's expensive. They don't say anyways. So the seeds that were labeled, for sprouting were about $6, and it wasn't a lot of seeds. So, pro tip, I went to the dried goods section because everything there is organic, right? And I bought a $2 bag of hard wheat kernels, I think it's called. And I Googled it I looked at my phone while I was there, and it says you can sprout them. So I'm sprouting those ones because I'm not paying for quote unquote sprouting seeds. They have broccoli, chia, and flax. You can sprout regular flax seeds because ask me how I know. We dropped them on the ground by accident and they started growing in the lawn at my sister's house. So yeah, and they have beautiful flowers. Hey, blessings the wine cellar, Nikki, and anybody I missed. Oh, I know Nikki. You're Ouch. Okay, I know who you are. I guess you changed your name. Or you have another channel. Um, Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I know I haven't seen you, but I've been on Al's channel in the bushes sometimes. Okay, no problem. Okay, perfect. And yeah, it's expensive. So I found another way to sprout it. I bought the kits off Amazon, so I'm going to be trying that. I will try to record something and let you see, how it goes. But my first time, I don't know what I'm doing. So those of you who have cluck clucks, let me know. I am going to be giving them fodder. I saw it on the Bull's Garden way back, maybe a year ago now, and he gives his birds fodder. Unfortunately, he had another fox incident and he lost some of his hens. So he was very mad about that. But bacon all week. So that's done. And then I got some aged garlic pills. I'm going to take that. Someone did a video on that. So check it out because it's good for you. It's good for your health, good for blood pressure, good for your body, good for your immune system. Then I went to the frou regular grocery store. And this is where I was going to drop on the floor. I'm watching Planter Garden. They're talking about, soil, and we're talking about stuff. And I'm looking at the groceries to buy some fresh produce for this raw vegan challenge that I decided to go into. Just, I like salads, but I said, let me, move it up and have bean sprouts. Let me get some alfalfa sprouts. Let me, make it really nice. It was over the roof. Literally. I spent 70 something dollars and I can't even tell you what I bought because it was so small. It didn't even fill a grocery bag, really. And I'm not exaggerating. I told you guys maybe a month ago, December-ish, how high it was. It's now March. It's higher than what I said before. They had a bag of pasta on sale for $1 something. So I'm picking it up. I'm like, this is not the usual bag of pasta I buy. And if you don't pay attention, it happens so subtly. The bag had 400 and something grams of pasta. The bags that you usually get are like 800, 900 grams. Those regular bags are over $3 just for dry pasta. If you want almond milk, oat milk, soy milk, the ones in the fridge section, you're looking at $7. The sale price that I bought it at was the regular price that it used to be. I went to get a celery. I left the celery. It was going to cost almost $5 for a regular celery, and you're looking at for organic over $7 to $8. Then what got me at the health food store and the grocery store, you go to the clearance section to get, sometimes they have fancy bread or rolls or whatever. And the expiry date was the date that I was there. So that was March the 2nd. Why are you selling on the clearance section 50% off on something that's expiring today? And it's basically the end of the day because I'm there at like 8, 9 o'clock. Why is it even on the shelf? And things that are expiring in 2 days' time are still marked at full price. This is what they're doing. I'm sure you let me know what you guys are seeing. Renaissance. Hey, Renaissance. Blessings. Listening while getting ready to go check out these 10 for. Oh, yeah, you're going to Menards. That's a good price because I paid $4 for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. I got some more seeds. No, I don't need seeds, but with all that's happening, I'm stocking up on things that are biennial because I've never harvested my own cabbage seeds ever in life. I left some out there. They're like literally rotting in the snow. I'm not sure if they're going to go to seed. So those kind of things I got to buy seed. Yeah, broke Menards. She showed us on her live yesterday. They're having 10 for $1 up until I think Monday, she said, give or take. But yeah, groceries have always, but no, it's bad. It's bad now. Literally, if you're feeding children and growing children that are eating a lot, it's concerning. And the reason, I don't know why I was so concerned on Thursday. Maybe because I have discernment, and it's like I could feel and I could see the Great Depression, the second Great Depression. People can't afford the prices. So of course they're going to go right into the packaged goods section. They're not going to go into the lettuce and the Brussels sprouts and all the fresh produce. They're going to go right to the shelves that have the packaged goods. And packaged goods aren't good for you. And packaged goods keep you clouded and your pineal gland is not operating and you're just not seeing things clearly. You're not. So there's other effects to what's happening. You're gonna be very lethargic, and it's gonna be very easy to manipulate manipulate you, if you know what I'm talking about. Plus, it's not good for your health. It's not. But the prices were so high. So I went home, dropped my sister off. I popped in there for a minute, and we're talking. And I dropped off the seed kits and stuff. And I'm like, this is concerning. Like, it was bad before. It was bad last year, it was bad. But as of March 2023, you're it's not only inflation, it's deflation, because a lot of the packaging that I saw, it's gotten even smaller than December. So the box is the same size, but if you don't take a note of the net weight, they're going to fool you, because you're not getting the same weight that you were getting before. Um it's just not it's concerning. But let me see what Badass was saying. My best friend had some health issues, and his doctor was wanting him just to lay off meat for 3 days. So I was like, I'll help. So I did it for 6. Oh, that's good. That's what choosing with Jay is. He's doing a raw vegan, but sometimes you need to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And let's even on with this topic, who can afford meat the way that you were before? The cuts that you were getting before. I don't know about many of you, but I'm morning blessing soil sister. I'm not doing the pineal gland, your third eye. Your third eye. That's why a lot of people don't use fluoride in their toothpaste, because it crystallizes. What's the other gland that they have in the back of your neck that helps with the flow of information? There's the your third eye, and then there's something else, the vagus nerve, I think it was. Yeah, one of those, both of those things. The chloride in the water, the fluoride in the water, and your toothpaste and your products affects it. The food that you eat affects it, and affects your frequency, because we are electric beings. It affects, I'm telling you, the clarity that I have since January being on plant-based, never mind even now trying the raw vegan, you can feel it. Just when you eat the food, you can feel it's giving you life. I can't explain it beyond that. It just, something's different. So the meat, and you guys must have saw the meat. They have this meat glue that just glues all the pieces together and makes it look like one cut, and it's like glued together pieces of meat. That's what they're selling us. So unless you know where the meat's coming from, and from the hey, D Mood and the farm, and you're getting some glued up, stuff. Never mind the printout 3D printer of the meat. So, you know, it's gone from bad to worse. I was feeling very anxious um on Thursday. Blessings, Patty, Southern Kitchen, and more. Cholesterol done. Always try to support friends and family. Sometimes you just need to exactly do that, and it test your own ability. Can I go without meat for 5-6 days? And you'd be surprised. And it forces you to find other recipes to make your food taste better. And then you'll realize, you know what? Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, soul sister. Many people's pineal gland is already calcified. And there's a way to uncalcify it, but most people don't even know that there's a pineal gland in the first place. They're like, what? A who? A where? A peanut? No, not peanut. Pineal. Let me tell you, when you eat differently and you're eating more electric and you're alkaline, it's, hey, unbiased, good to see you. It does something different. So, anyways, I went to the store. I left Thursday. I was feeling kind of, I'm like, oh my God, I felt so anxious. Came home, took my blood pressure. It was actually normal. So that was good. But it's bad, guys. Like I had said, so back to I'm getting to a point now, actual resolve. I had said a few weeks ago, I'm going to cut back on my outdoor garden. And I'm probably still sticking to that in some form or fashion. But after seeing last night, Thursday night, that is, and thinking about it since Thursday night, hey, blessings, Erica. I was like, is that a good plan? If people can't afford to feed themselves, number one, if you see in the news, I'm seeing it from over here in Canada, that you all are cutting back food stamps and cutting back, I don't know what you call it, EPC or EDT, OPP, you know me, whatever you guys call it, that program, and snaps and Snapple, whatever you guys call that. You guys are cutting back the food stamps. Food banks are not getting the same donations. Over here, same thing. The food banks aren't getting the same donations because people got to feed themselves. So maybe I was thinking, maybe, hey, blessings, educated natural. Maybe I need to not cut back the outdoor garden so much in order to have fresh food to give people. Not for myself, because I got enough with my cutback to feed myself. And maybe I am going to can more. As I said, that pasta sauce I made was fire. It was nice. That's what I'm not buying. That's what I'm not buying. Haven't had steak or pork for a while. I just eat my turkey and chicken that I raise and fish that I caught myself. So you're getting high quality food. Um, it's concerning, and people may be saying, "Oh, we talk about this all the time." It's concerning more so than I've said before. It's bad, bad, bad. People cannot afford to eat and to feed. They're going to be eating low quality food, which induces low quality behavior. They're going to get angry. They're going to get frustrated. They're going to have a shorter fuse. They're going to want what they want. They're going to take it. They're going to steal more. I think in California, people are stealing right in the open, taking what they want because you can't do nothing about it. This is coming to a neighborhood near you, not just over there. It's coming to a neighborhood near you. So I'm thinking of rethinking my plan. Maybe I'll grow what I used to grow and just give, to the neighbors, the elderly, food bank, donate that way, because people are not going to have enough to eat. And fresh produce is very important, and people don't realize it. Badass is saying, it was hard for me all day for me to lay off meat for those days. I love meat, but I also love vegetables. I'm going to keep. Yeah, before I did this plant-based thing, and I did it just to see if I can get my blood pressure, like if something's going on, and figure out what's happening. But before that, I was eating meat on Sundays only, like Sunday family dinner, and maybe another time in the week. But I certainly wasn't having meat for breakfast and for lunch and for dinner. You don't need it. Do you know how long it takes for meat to digest in your system? And by the time it actually passed through your system, you've eaten 2 more meals with meat and you just always clog up, literally clog up. I'm not just saying it. Do your research. This is not medical advice in case I go into the medical category. Where's my other banner? You're clogging yourself up. And it's not even just that. We just talked, a lot of you just mentioned the quality of the meat. Fifi's eating what she grows because she knows how it was raised. Do you know how these animals are raised? Because let me tell you, if it's not a small, caring farmer or homesteader, it's a commercial farmer who don't give 2 craps, and they have abscesses, cancer, and cysts up in the meat, and they just pop the abscess, drain out the pus, and keep it moving. They will see stuff. That's why somebody said on the gram, and if I miss your comments, guys, I'm just, when I go on my rant, sometimes it's like, whatever. I'll drop the link another time just in case. Let me just see what Soul Sister is saying. We need to grow as much as possible. We have been trying to grow enough food to last all winter for 3 years and have failed on an epic level. Well, you aim high, you fail high, as my prof would say. So at least you're doing something. And you have seen how big my garden is. Exactly. If she's telling you she don't have enough to last all winter, that's what I'm trying to do is can. And when you have a bumper crop, can. I usually give a lot away, and I still will, but as you guys know, I'm indoor gardening. I've spent some money, some coins, and I'm spending some more. Oh, Sam, I got the envelope. I'm going to do an unboxing because it seems like everyone for the last year who sent me anything, I'm going to do one video and have everybody in the video. But I did get it. I didn't open it yet. I have it on my desk. So back to the meat. Fifi knows what's in her meat because she raised it. Other people know. I'm sure some of you here raise your own meat or have access to somebody who raises their own meat. But these commercial farmers don't care. So somebody on the gram, I believe, said he does not buy his chicken in pieces anymore. he buys a whole chicken. Because when you open the chicken, you can see if there's any tumors or stuff in it. Because if the butcher cuts it up for you or has them prepackaged, they just cut out the tumors and sell you the breast and everything same way. Yeah, it was fast, and that was regular mail, so that's good to note. But some other states take long to get here. My God. So you guys need to, every week I rethink my plan. I was gonna cut back. I may not cut back as much as I had said before, just so I can help and donate and give people food. Number one. Number two, I'm definitely gonna focus on multiples of the same plant. So if I know I like tomatoes are easy for me to can, I'm gonna have tomatoes from here to the U-Haul. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I don't care if it's the same species, the same variety. It's going in the same pot. It's gonna cook down and go in the same sauce. That's what I'm gonna do. Beans, dry beans, anything I can do along those lines. I bought some more beans, a lot of bush beans because it's easier for me to do bush beans. Definitely. A lot of people on this line, like Broke Farmer, Fifi, I think even Gigi, getting a lot more fruit trees. Get your trees. Get whatever can grow in your zone without any intervention. And then get a few that need some intervention. But I'm going to be focusing on a lot of things that don't need my intervention. They're cold tolerant. The snow is high. They can handle the cold. Pears, apples, certain peaches, strike beans. I don't even know if I can even get that here. A lot of the beans, a lot of the plants, I cannot get them here. And I don't know why they're so like seeds are seeds, but it seems like I can't find certain varieties here. I finally found marjoram. I finally got some other sage. Like pineapple mint, I never see it anywhere here. Some of the things you guys talk about, I have to order it from Baker Creek, I guess. But heirloom seeds. My library is having a program I joined last year, and they emailed me the seed swapping thing at the library. And all the libraries throughout the network, you can order seeds and you can donate seeds. Has to be open pollinated, no hybrid offsprings, they said, or heirloom preferably. I don't know if I don't think I have much hybrid seeds left, to be honest. I think most of mine are just non-GMO heirloom, and then that's open pollinated. So I'm going to be getting some seeds from them. I'm going to see what they have, and maybe there's some unique varieties I can get from the library. Check your library, guys. There's some programs going around. People are growing on a small scale, but they're growing nonetheless. Once you start tasting your own food, you're going to love it. But the prices are concerning. And they're letting it happen. They're letting these prices go through the roof. Because what happens is, no matter how much money you're making, you can't really get ahead. You can't really save unless you're in a very high tax bracket where it really doesn't affect you either way. You're still going to have loads of money. But for most regular middle class people, you don't have much left. And most of us are not willing to cut the amount of food that we eat. And I was talking, and it's like, I was talking to this lady. She goes to church, and I check on her sometimes. She's like a mother figure. And sometimes you read the Bible, or you hear it read to you, you grow up in church, you hear stories, and it doesn't make sense to you. And there's a verse in the Bible, I can't remember, it's in the Old Testament, and it says, barley for a penny and something for something. The point of the verse, those who know the Bible know what I'm talking about. It's going to cost you a day's wage just to get a few grams of barley and wheat. If you know the verse, you guys know what I think it's Jeremiah, or maybe it's, anyways, don't quote me. There's a verse in the Bible, and it makes no sense, but it does make sense now that when you live a bit of life and you have some experience. It's talking about inflation. It's talking about even deflation. It's talking about that the money is not going to go as far as it used to. And a lot of us have been talking about it since 2020. This is not new. But what is new is that I've seen it escalate in 2 months even worse than it was in the last 3 years. They've subtly changed the weight on the packages, and the package of pasta is so small that if you have a family of 4, you're going to have a lot of side dishes. That's it. A measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. That is what the verse I'm talking about. A full day's wage is going to cost you just for a little bit of food. And we may have thought it would never come to that, and it may not come to that in our lifetime, but it's certainly going to come close, and it's certainly going to be a quote unquote Great Depression. So I'm starting to look up and read up more about the Great Depression and what they did to survive. I have no problem growing food. I can grow food. And I'm going to have to grow food. Just paid $4 for 5 seed potatoes at Walmart. Oh Lord. 4, that's a lot of money. Just buy a bag of regular potatoes and let them grow eyes. And this is what I'm learning, and I've learned. We go and we buy things that are labeled seed, and they're a lot more money. You don't need to buy the ones that say seed. You can go buy a bag of potatoes in a bag for the regular price. Sometimes it's $2-3, preferably organic if you're really particular about organic, and let them grow eyes and plant those. Because once you go into the quote unquote seed category, they start charging you more. Sprouting category, all of a sudden the price for those sprouts is like, the seeds to sprout are like 3 times the price. The same organic beans over there are the same in the sprouting section. The mung beans are very popular for those who grow fodder for their livestock, whether it's chickens, cows, sheep, goats. The mung beans are high in protein. It's good for us as people as well. I don't need to buy quote unquote sprouting mung beans. I can just buy a bag of organic mung beans. It's cheaper. So sometimes we're paying more for things, just a heads up, and they're stealing from us. So yeah, measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures. It's coming to that. And I was like, yo, and she goes, yes. Because she grew up at a time where there was war, and my parents too, there was war. And you had rations. The government gave you some carrots, some potatoes, and some certain things. Even in Canada, people who came from England and came here during the war, you had rations. A loaf of bread is going to be a full, I'm telling you. And it may not happen in all of our lifetime. It may happen in certain areas and not everywhere. Yeah, the results are the same. They have us so fooled that we have to buy quote unquote seed, what it's labeled seed and sprout. You go buy some regular kidney beans, mung beans from the regular bean section, and you tell me that they're not going to sprout. And I'm going to actually maybe do an experiment just for experiment's sake and share. And all you guys try your own stuff and experiment. Because if we can all learn that you don't need to buy seed and sprouting stuff, buy the regular stuff that you're going to cook and eat, that will save us a lot of money, because it's going to get tough, rough and tough. So I'm going to be doing some fodder for myself, because sprouting your own grains is highly nutritious. It's more nutritious than eating the full grown vegetables. And we're going to have to find inventive ways to increase our nutrient content and at the same time decreasing the volume of food you're eating potentially, because some people may not be able to afford what they're eating and may have to eat 2 meals a day, maybe even 1 meal a day. And something on my feed came up with Louis Farrakhan, and I'm going to look at it because I think in the Nation of Islam, a lot of people practice the 1 meal a day, not for Ramadan. I'm talking about everyday living. When you get to a certain age, they find it better for your health. They eat 1 meal a day and then they hydrate a lot. I don't know all the context of it. I'm going to read up on it and see, but it seems to be a thing that people, and I know there's an OMAD program, people eat 1 meal a day, but some of us are going to have to learn to eat a lot less. I've not been successful with wheat until I found buckwheat. Now I'm good. Okay, And from what I heard, people give themselves buckwheat to use their juices and for their chickens. But I don't know if I bought wheat or buckwheat. I don't know. I bought gunga peas in the stores, which we call it's pigeon peas for those who don't know. Um, Caribbeans call it gunga peas from the store, and it's you see, you don't have to buy what's labeled as seeds because when I bought seed potatoes, I paid $10 at Canadian Tire, and I barely got potatoes because there's barely anything in the bag. But what I do know is that they're real because I went to the garage. I have them in a paper bag in a box. I open the box and they all have eyes, and the eyes are at least 12 inches long. So those are not going to be eaten. Those are going to have to be planted again. We can grow pinto beans from the dry bags that we buy. I started one last year indoors, but put it out too soon and another frost came though. So yeah, pinto beans, pigeon beans, kidney beans, mung beans, um, all of these things you can grow from the ones that you buy that you're gonna eat. Hey Shantarment, blessings to you. For the people with chickens, please store up seeds and grains so that you can sprout them as that's what I'm doing right now, Fifi. And even sunflower seeds can grow for somebody sprinkled food for the chickens, and it actually sprouted in the ground. So now the chickens are just eating the sunflower seed sprouts, the corn, all that stuff. Wild bird seed, I believe you can buy for your chickens and mix with your food. Um, we're gonna have to be inventive, guys. Don't wait until it gets bad. I'm just telling you from my perspective, it's kind of bad. It's very expensive, and I know it's more expensive here to live than in the States in most cases. But jelly beans, no, they're not going to help you. No jelly beans. Pigeon peas taste mixed with yes. We make it. We make rice. We call it rice and peas. Some of you call it rice and beans. And rice and peas is either Jamaican style is either kidney beans or we use gunga peas, which is pigeon peas. There's two styles of rice and peas. It tastes good. I went to Dollar Tree as well to see what's there in the gardening section. The seed selection is okay. They did have a few, they had sugar baby watermelon, which has not been there before that I've seen. But then again, every location is different. And I bought a pack of nasturtiums because chickens can eat nasturtiums. It's good for them and it's good for humans as well. I bought some more bush beans. I bought sugar snap because I like them from um, Hands in the Dirt sent me some, and now I'm like, oh, I love them. They're so sweet and crunchy. So I'm gonna grow some more of those and have a lot more raw food. Most of the food I eat it in the garden. I just stand there and eat it. It doesn't make it to the kitchen most times. If it does, it goes in the freezer for preservation, like okra. But yeah, don't wait until it gets bad. And find out where you can buy things wholesale. If you're shopping at the grocery store, again, my opinion, but you're paying too much. If Costco is good for certain things, not everything, but it is good to buy things in bulk. Um, as I told you maybe months ago, I shop at a wholesale place that supplies restaurants and companies. I I don't have an account, but somebody that I know does. You don't need ID, just give the phone number and the company name. They pull it up and you buy your stuff. And I pay for it on my own credit card. But I buy stuff from the wholesale place, like the celery and the big bag of carrots. So when I'm juicing, I can get more for my buck. I'm watching somebody across shovel their snow. It's that bad, God. And the man's car is still on the driveway, you know. And what time is almost 10 o'clock. That man, you watch me, that man. I know why he parked his car blocking my car. Anyways, um, find those things now. The dollar store I noticed has wild bird seed and I think you call it suitor, whatever they call it, like the clumps of seed in a hard clump, and you hang it, and the birds can eat it. That's good for your chickens as well. Sweat, I think it's called sweat. Um, Whatever you call it, you know what I'm talking about. They have wild black. They have black sunflower seeds, whatever they call those ones. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. They have wild bird seed. They have the seed for the hummingbird, all the different stuff, the liquid for the hummingbirds and the other seeds for the small birds. You could just mix all that up with your chicken feed. You don't have to sweat. Yeah, sweet. Um, you don't have to wait until you don't have chicken feed. You should start to kind of mix. I'm mixing mine from the jump. I'm not giving them just chicken feed. I'm mixing it from the jump. And I heard oregano, fresh oregano is good for chickens for antibacterial. I'm going to put dry oregano. I'm going to grow oregano in pots and put it near the run so they can pick at it through the fence. Thyme, whatever, all the herbs are good for them and they're good for us as well. Mix it with stuff, healthy oats, corn. I'm going to mix mine with alfalfa pellets. Yeah, you can make your own, but if worse comes to worse, you can get it cheaper. I save my bacon grease. That's true. I don't. Well, the one that I've saved is from way back. Black oil. That's it. That's it. Oh, your rabbit eats that too. You see, and I'm sure we can eat the black oil sunflower seeds too. Just put a little sea salt on it. I saved my bacon grease. I still have some in the fridge from way back. I don't think it goes bad. I haven't eaten pork since, I would say, 2020. So that's how old that grease is. But if I feel like having a nice scrambled egg, you put a little bacon grease in that. There you go. And if I missed someone saying hi, I didn't see you. I think I got everybody, but I may have missed you. I always make a winter mix for my. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Put some cayenne pepper in the chicken feed to keep them from getting worms and push them out. Plus, it makes them warmer and makes us hot. So when you have a cold day, you put a little cayenne pepper in your food. Red chili flakes, all that stuff. There's cheap ways to stretch your food, but you gotta have to do that for your own self and stretch your food. All the snacking we be doing and your kids be snacking and I'm bored and like snack, snack, snack. Some of you may have to cut back. Like it's getting very expensive. I don't know how you're gonna afford it going forward if your income hasn't increased and the food's gone up through the roof and what you're getting is half the size. I don't know. Only you can decide what you're going to do. Plus, some of us are trying to prep and be prepared. It's very it's kind of stressful if you let it get stressful, but you have to be thinking and have a plan. You can't just go out willy-nilly. You can't go out willy-nilly. I eat about 2 meals a day just because I've been doing it for so long that I don't really eat breakfast. I eat brunch, like a lunch, and then I have a dinner. And I do like fruit and vegetables, but the prices, I'm telling you. And then when you have to import fruit, like we don't have mangoes in Canada, we don't grow mangoes. That's an imported product. It's going to cost you more. Figs, which are good for you, going to cost you more. I have to pay more for persimmons. Persimmons can grow here, but it's not a common thing people have. They're all imported. So you need to start making sure that you have access to food locally. Most of the food, as I said to you guys, well, not that long ago, when you go to Whole Paycheck and you shop there and it says, USDA and organic, half of it is not, as we already know, and it's not grown in the US. It's grown somewhere else and they have their own standards. And no one has time to go over and check what they're doing over there. So half of the chemicals and the fertilizers that they're using are things that have been banned for years and years and are not allowed to be used. Never mind in organic gardening. So you're getting high levels of chemicals in those foods. They're not grown in America. You guys have more land than anybody else. Why is it not grown in America? Why are they putting all the farmers out of business? I watched a video last week, and I think G Mama watched it too because I saw it on your feed. Yaki did a video live about the water pollution in Ohio. And the live got shut down about 3 to 4 times. He finally had to go to Instagram, and I missed it, but I watched it the next morning, watched the whole video. I think Laquita had it on her feed as well. And we have to be focusing, first of all, that whole incident. We're not going to go too deep, but that's the way it was handled. I've learned from people and just seeing what's being discussed that it did not have to be handled that way. And they actually made more of a mess by burning it up and causing forever chemicals that can never be getting rid of. And the health issues, the half has not even been told yet. We're going to start seeing some problems in a year or two. The fact Yaki was talking about the fish are dying, the pets are dying because their body's not made like human beings. We have a couple of layers of defense, and of course, the layers of our defense are going to break down quite quickly. So give it a few more months. You're going to start hearing about weird things, more weird things happening to people. But he made a good point, a lot of good points. Like you have to watch that like 2 or 3 times. It's so deep. But we need to start detoxing and knowing how to detox because we can't avoid these chemicals. Then he showed the waterways from Ohio down to the Mississippi River, down. Like it's not Ohio. Everybody in the US is affected by what's happening. Everybody. The water doesn't stay in one place, guys, it flows. So if you think it's not coming to you, it done come to you already. I had gotten some persimmons about a month or two ago, only to find out that they were seedless. Yes, I didn't even know they had seedless persimmons. That's news to me. I just started getting into them now, and they taste good. I had one before; it didn't taste good. I think it was not ripe, but now I'm like, damn, these are nice. This is my first year going to try to grow mealworms for my chickens. That's one thing I don't. I know it's good for your chickens, but me and worms, I don't know. Ugh, it just makes me feel ugh. But I know it's good for them. The mealworms and the other ones that the people grow, those soldier fly larvae. Ugh. If you can grow it and I can buy it from you, I'll do that. I'll barter. That's how so much listeria in lettuce now. No one's checking produce. No one's checking properly. So if somebody in your area is a farmer, support your local farmers first and foremost. So if you're gonna buy produce anyways, you go support your local farmers. And I'm gonna be working on that this year. The only problem is that the ones I found are way in the other direction. It's out of the way for me. It's not feasible. I need to find some people on the west side of Ontario, the west end, because that will be easier, especially when they do the pickups and the drop-offs. They do like a central drop-off. You have to go pick up the stuff. It's so far out that it's not even going to be working for me. What about the food that's that's grown? That's what they're talking about. The soil is tainted and the water is tainted. That's why several weeks ago I was saying a lot of people have been talking about getting a greenhouse, not because they're trying to be fancy and show off, because it can prevent the rain from falling on their soil with the contaminated chemicals. That was before Ohio. And I was like, that is because they're saying there's so much chemicals and it's just coming right back down and you can't control it. So they invested in greenhouses or hoop house or whatever version of it that you want to say. And they have raised beds and they can control you can't control everything, but they can control as much as possible the exposure. Now look what happened in this incident. That soil is no good. So somebody, I think G Mama again, had a video on her feed that also came on my feed. Somebody was telling us what to grow to suck out the chemicals from the soil. But the part that I didn't get to watch that she mentioned at the end in a link is what to do with the crops, the cover crops that you use to sterilize the soil or to clean the soil. What do you do with those crops? Because now those crops are polluted. But there is a way, but we shouldn't be having to do this. Like, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to start, holding these companies accountable. And that doesn't necessarily mean being polite about it, because the damage that they've done is irreversible. It's irreversible. Our kids, grandkids, the animals, the everyone's going to pay. Everyone's paying for the damage. And I don't think we realize how bad the damage is. You think cancer rates are bad. You think lymphoma rates are bad. You think weird growths, and psoriasis and eczema and ADHD and all these things. You think it's bad now? It's going to be nothing compared to what's happening. That's why we need herbs and to grow our food naturally, that we can detox free radicals from our bodies. Herbs are generally exactly. So that's why it's like, when everything just comes together. We're doing the herb garden challenge, and Planter's been talking about that from way before. And look what happened. These herbs are going to save a lot of our lives, because you're going to have to be detoxing. If you detox 4 times a year, it's going to have to be like all 20 times a year now. You're going to have to be doing so much detoxing regularly just to keep your body operating, because The chemicals are bad. The waters are bad. Most varieties of persimmons are seedless. You have to get a cutting. Okay. So it's not GMO then. Um that too. Seedless, you're buying seedless grapevines at the store. Like there's a lot of things that are seedless. So you need to you're supposed to burn it, but doesn't burning the herbs that you use, the cover crop, doesn't that put it back in the atmosphere, G Mama? Or it maybe it doesn't I don't know. Maybe when you do a cover crop and you burn it, it doesn't just release the chemicals. It who knows? I'll look it up. But something's going on. But there's some techniques that we have to use, but you're gonna have to learn that now. Some of you guys have some beautiful land and you want to keep it that way. You need to keep it that way. But get as many trees as you can. So my expansion for my garden will be a lot of fruit trees, if at all possible. I really don't care how much they cost. It's probably going to cost me a pretty penny. I really don't care because the independence that's going to give me is priceless. It's priceless. And some of us are going to have to pay some money and get what we need to get. The hydroponics unit, the pump is, I didn't fully finish setting it up. With all the shoveling I've been doing, sometimes you have to, put off things. I've been editing my videos, as you guys can see. I'm trying to get them out, and they're looking kind of nice, I must say. They're looking kind of decent. And I'm doing some stuff with the hydroponics. I got some stuff growing, which is fantastic. And the pump is almost set up with this other unit that I don't like. I'm going to figure it out to make sure, and I'm going to replant the lettuce. The WIG unit is looking good. I'm going to try to get those updates out because I have like a timeline, kind of like I did for the herb garden, to show you each day so you can see. They're looking better. I think the lettuce tastes sweeter. The new leaves are looking better, but I'll let you know. And I'm working on the planter unit, the herb garden unit. My herbs are yellowing, and it's probably a pH balance issue, which I mentioned. I'll let you guys know. It's not a nutritional thing because I gave it more fertilizer. Something's a little off. So I'll let you guys know so that you guys can kind of figure it out with me and learn, because if you're going to be trying hydroponics and you might get frustrated, some things are very, like, you have to have the exact balance. So Tree is saying, I started 8 new grapevines from propagating. I have a very high success rate. I don't think I have some grape seeds. I'm going to start them, but I think propagating, that's a good point. I think propagating is the way to go. Growing from seed takes some time, and I don't think we have that kind of time. It changes the chemical compounds and can be reamended. Oh, wow. That's good. That's good to note. So those of you who are growing your own food are going to have to start studying how to clean your soil from chemical damage, from chemical incidences. Because if you don't understand how to do that from now, you're going to be eating those foods and it's going to be just full of those chemicals. The microorganisms help, but they cannot fix the problem that we've started. The microorganisms cannot fix this. We've been relying on them to fix, they can clean the soil. Yeah, not this, not dioxides. So check out Yaki Awaken. I've been talking about him from time. The video is on Instagram. His YouTube may have it modified, but they shut him down. I've never seen that before. I've heard about it, but I was like, click, and all of a sudden it was spiraling, spooling. They shut him down 3 times. It wasn't an accident. They did not want him to talk about the EPA and other stuff that he was talking about. They were like, nah. And he wasn't saying anything bad. It was just facts. But it's going to come a time when we can't get the knowledge. So we've got to get it now. I cannot find seeded grapes. I found some at Costco and they were from Peru and they weren't cheap. So I'm going to start growing a lot of those things here. Okay, you're here listening, Lashes? Okay, let me see what G Mama. Only the wild lettuce has germinated outside. No lettuce has germinated inside yet. Mine has all germinated. My romaine only one germinated because of the stupid aphids and the gnats. I have the sponges that they can I reuse a sponge, G Mama? If I tried to grow a lettuce in a sponge and it didn't grow, can I just put some peroxide and sanitize it and put another lettuce in there? Because I really don't want to have to use all new sponges. The other ones I threw out, they're in the garbage. But those ones that had lettuce, let me see. Let me know. Good morning, Nikki. Good to see you. And yeah, let me know because only one romaine is growing, and I'm gonna start the whole kit, the I do kit that has no pump. I'm gonna replant all those. I bought some brand new bok choy seeds from the store. I'm not gonna use any of my own seeds in the house just to see if that makes a difference, even though the aphids came from the potatoes. I just want to make sure. Um, I got a small species of bok choy. I'm gonna try those ones instead and see if that one works better. Give me a second here to catch up. Yeah, check out Yaki Awaken. You don't have to buy his products. He will tell you what to do. But burdock, hold on. Do I have my list? Let me share with you what I hold on. I have to move the computer because where's my list? Where's my list? Oh, I have a list here. Hold on. I took some notes, so let me share them with you. Sorry, my goodness. Detox toxic water chemicals. That's what I titled it as from his lecture. He mentioned seaweed, nori. I don't know what nori is. I think it's this fermented soybeans, a Japanese thing. Bladderwrack. He says Europe has the good bladderwrack because he tested it in the lab and they have good bladderwrack. Kelp, club moss. I don't know what that is. Sea moss. I know what that is. Chlorophyll and green tea. He says not too much. It can harm your liver, but get a good quality green tea. He mentioned some blood cleansers, which are burdock root. And I have something in brackets. I don't know. Great. I don't know what that is. Yellow dock, dandelion root, chaparral. I don't know what chaparral is. Blood root and black seed oil. So watch his video, but that's what I wrote down, what he mentioned. I can get green tea. That's not a problem, but I will stock up on that. Seaweed I have. Sea moss I always have, but you got to be careful where you get it from. Kelp is very good. And I know bladderwrack and burdock. And dandelion root. So if you guys can grow some of this stuff like the dandelion root, do your research. He's licensed to do this stuff. So listen to his lecture. I'm not giving medical advice. And figure it out so that you have them already on hand. Yeah, being a gardener, you need to know math and chemistry. You do. People like to look down on farming like it's you're not intelligent. It's a very intelligent field. I reuse sponges all the time, just the way. Okay, so just soak it. Okay, I'm gonna reuse those sponges because I don't. Hopefully that will kill any aphids and gnats, but I'm gonna reuse them because these things ain't cheap, guys. You gotta buy the equipment. You want to have to keep wasting and throwing away money. So I'm gonna reuse, and I reuse another sponge for the spinach in the WIG unit. I'm going to transplant those. But spinach for me in the hydroponics is not as, hey, blessings planter, is not growing as flourishing as much. I don't know why. It's like lickle, it's struggling. I don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out. Maybe it needs more nutrients. But figure out how to grow your food, not just the traditional way, indoors in hydroponics, maybe in your garage in soil. I am supporting hydroponics because I'm tired of the bugs in the house. Tired. There's another cheaper thing we can do instead of sponges called rock. I don't know if rock wool's cheaper. Is it cheaper? I know I can do it. That can't fit. It could fit in my unit, but I'll have to shove it into the basket. Unless you have the other ones that you kind of do, the DIY ones where you have the bigger baskets, you could put the rock wool in with the pebbles to hold it up. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. Maybe rock wool is cheaper. And I know you can plant rock wool directly in the garden. So you can start your seeds in rock wool and then just plant them outside. It breaks down. So I'll check that out. But I bought the sponges because that fits into the units. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Let them completely dry out, then rehydrate them to grow. So wash them, sanitize them, dry them out completely. Okay, so I better do that today then because it needs to dry out. You don't care for rock wool. I've never tried it, but I see people using it in certain units. If the unit is made for that size, I haven't tried it. I have no need to yet, but I'll check it out. And then I'm going to start my seeds. If you guys have started your seeds indoors, I have not yet. I'm behind, but mind you, it's cold. It's snowing. It's a big old snowstorm. So now is the time for me to start. I have told people, because people are asking me in my real life, like, oh, put it by the windowsill. I said, listen, we have too much food to grow and too much things to worry about. And windowsill seedlings over here in Ontario, for me, it don't look good. They're stringy, they're leggy, they don't look good. I told them to invest in a grow light. I told them about the sale that they're having at the place. Buy the kit, get a light, and grow your food with a light. I don't know why people want to cut corners and listen. People have been growing indoors grow ops illegally before it became legal. And the one thing that they did to ensure a good crop was to have the equipment that they needed. I know we want to save money and cut corners, but at the same time, you will have better production if you get the equipment. Grow lights, you need some light. My dill was not out on the herb yesterday. Today it's sticking up and hit the top of the plastic lid. That's because of the lights. There's some sunlight coming through the window that they're getting, but the lights is what's making them grow. I don't see how you can expect to grow food abundantly indoors with a windowsill. It, you're not going to get the results that you're expecting. If you want to ensure production and you want to make your life easier, buy a grow light. They're not expensive. The Jiffy kit, aka the Mackenzie kit, comes with a light, a tray, a lid for the tray, and 72 peat pods. I'm not sure if they have them in the States, but they do, but me on a different brand, but either Jiffy brand or under the Mackenzie brand. They're all on clearance because I guess they're from last year's stock and they're on clearance. So I picked up 2 for the parents' garden. And to my other point, which I want to mention, I'm just talking, but I'm not talking for 2 hours because that man didn't move his car yet. So he's going to move his car. If you missed the beginning, you can rewind it. The man car is still there and it's 10 o'clock. People are rude. Anyways, I'm growing inside already. I have tables set up near the windows, but you have grow lights. Exactly. People want to take shortcuts. You have to get the grow lights. You will, if you're going to be growing food, and I think most of us here we grow food. It's part and parcel of our prepping. It's not the only thing that we do. We do other things too, but make your life easier and buy grow lights, especially if you want to get things started early enough to transplant outside and then start your next batch right away. If you want to have a revolving schedule of growing succession planting, get the lights, especially if you're not in a warm climate. I'm in a cold climate. It may be different for you where you are, but don't be cheap. Find things on sale, find things on clearance, and get what you need to buy. But I bought 2 for the parents' garden because I was starting all the seeds for my garden and their garden. And that was the first time I was really doing a lot of seeds. So I made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from them. But we stopped buying so much starts from the stores because for 2 reasons. The title of the video, money ain't going as far as it used to. So you want your money to go further. And when you buy starts from the stores, you don't get the varieties that you want to buy. Like I haven't seen half of the varieties that we talk about at the nursery when I want to go get tomatoes. I've seen, like, San Marzano tomatoes, beefsteak, cherry tomatoes, but like the black ones, the Cherokee, all these other stuff, you will never see them there. You'd have to start them from seed yourself if you want these fancy varieties. I bought purple cauliflower from the store, but other things other than that, not really. And lettuce is so cheap to grow that, come on, just do it yourself. So when I and exactly, and our season is so short too. That's right, Fifi. So I started to do it. Then my dad, oh, just grow ours too. That's how parents are. Before you know it, you're doing three times the work. So I don't want to be babying so many plants indoors this year, especially with what's going on. So we had a family meeting, and the family meeting involved what we're growing. I have a spreadsheet and I printed it out and I tick off what we're growing and how many of each thing that we want, so that I know how many seeds to start. But in reality, they have their own seed starting section, and they're going to be starting some of the seeds themselves. So they can also see what work is involved, the mishaps that could happen, and having to up pot. But it's not like, oh, you're doing it by yourself. I'm going to be there helping them. They come up, help me. It's a family affair. It's all, we work together. I bought the well, they bought it themselves, but I ordered it on Amazon. The same kit that I have for the WIG, they have it there. I went over this week and I planted some lettuce in there for them. And I'll send you the spreadsheet, G Mama, the one that I have. Um, I think your email's on the about page. So I'll give me till Monday, because I'm not really going on the computer till Monday. But I'll send you a copy of the spreadsheet, and then you can add in whatever you want to it. So they have their own hydroponics unit. I planted lettuce, spinach, and I didn't do any kale. And it seems like they're going to want a second unit. That's how much they want to start growing more indoors. We love to eat fresh salad. And in the wintertime, we don't have it as much. We used to, but the prices are so expensive. As I said, the money's not going as far. It's not going as far. So you have to find a way to make it work for you. I can say that I got my hydro bill, my electric bill, and it didn't seem any different than before. So I have 3 units going, and the fourth unit will be set up, I would say, in another week, because the unit that I have to reset up today has 20 spaces to grow food. So that's 20 plants. I'm going to do that one first to give you guys the feedback, to let Renaissance Grandma know what's going on, because I want to know that the pump is working well before I recommend it. The only thing that I may be not liking, just based on the pump has 4 ports to put 4 hoses on. But if I only want to use 3 hoses, is the fourth one going to just blow out air? Like, I don't know. I guess it's just going to be blowing out air. Like, I can't only use 2 or 3 or 1. I have to use all 4 ports. I have to figure that out. I guess whatever. It's small fries. Anyways, so I'll send you the spreadsheet, G Mama. If I forget, just remind. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll send you that as well. Give me a second here. So that's right, everybody. My season is short, and doing it this way keeps me out of the. Yes. So I am working on preserving food, but I think this season my focus is going to be on growing enough food 12 months a year. Because if I can grow fresh food and eat lots of salads and have my own, like, alfalfa sprouts and broccoli sprouts to put on my salads, which is highly nutritious, you can eat less, get all your vitamins and minerals, and still be healthy. That would be better for me. Yes, I'm going to preserve, but I'm not going to beat myself up as well. If I can't do all the canning, if I can't do it, then no, it's not an underwater pump. It's an it's an aquarium pump, 4 ports. It's kept outside the water, and it has 4 hose attachments. I guess I could just use 3, and then the third one will just blow air, but it won't really be, doesn't have to be used. But I'm gonna get that set up. I'll let you guys know, because I don't like this unit. but I already paid for it. I can't send it back. So I'm trying to make it work. If you ever see the unit on a sale or on clearance, based on my feedback, it might still be useful for you. You might be able to make it work. Let me So yeah, I'm trying to set up the grocery stores. We know what's in the grocery stores, garbage. I am going to plant more my peppers in the ground in sand. Do you think I can do that? Plant your garden. I have too much to put in the raised bed. Lashes be growing over there. So he says mix the sand and some soil and go for it. Lashes have so much food growing up over there. So that's basically it for me, unless somebody wants to come up and chat for a bit. But grow some food, go and check the prices, check the amount of food that's in the packages nowadays. It's not the same. And if you're going to grow food or you're growing food already, understand the chemicals that are now in the soil. Also, one second, I have a sip. I shared something on my community tab. Sanal posted something that was very interesting talking about your bottled water. And when she checked the origin, it said Ohio. Let me go back to my community tab. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check my community tab. Um, I reposted what she had posted, and knowledge is power. We need to be informed, because if you don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to pull it up for you right now so I can say it audibly for those people maybe um listening versus going to go check it. So I posted something yesterday and I called out Lashes, G Mama, Gina versus Gina, Ya, Planter Garden, Good Eats, and Juicing with Jay for his raw vegan challenge. So I'm challenging you all to show us your raw vegan meal, at least one meal. You don't have to be raw vegan for the 30 days, but show us one meal that's raw vegan and share it, because it encourages each other and encourages Juicing with Jay. It's a very disciplined diet to be on. I can't do it, but I can do a few meals here and there. So it says here 8 days ago, I reposted Sanal's post. Where does your bottle of water come from? And the post has a picture of water, and it says here her local grocery store gets bottled water sourced 13.6 miles from East Palestine, Ohio. I'm in PA about 350 miles away. Not posting to scare, just for people to be aware in the future. The brand of water is in here. The picture shows source from Columbiana County, Ohio, and Columbiana County is not too far from East Palestine. So I don't know where the spring water is coming from, but you don't know the water's spreading all the way down to Mississippi, to Kansas, to Arkansas, to all over the place. So yeah, check where your bottled water is sourced. It's not going to necessarily be safer, and most people are having to filter their bottled water. So check it out. I don't know what brand, maybe it doesn't matter what brand. Check and see if it tells you where the water is sourced. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's bad. I'm not scaring nobody. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. Sit down, find solutions. Don't just sit down and name out the problems. Find solutions. If you have a brand that you can recommend to your fellow comrades and that you know it's a good brand, share it on your community tab. And those of us who see it will repost it. Because a lot of the information is people like you mentioning it. And I'm like, it triggers something and I go and look it up. So check where your bottled water is sourced. Give me a second here. Hey, Dems Design, that's here in the bushes. I know there's a lot of people in the bushes. Make sure you thumbs up in the bushes, guys. Give me a second here. You're gonna need some seed warming mats. I have a couple of seed warming mats, but you don't have to, because some seeds, well, if you're in a cold climate, you have the heating vents. Sometimes the top of your fridge gets hot, and heating mats are on sale at some places, but you can find another solution. You can be inventive, but it might take a little longer, but don't let that hold you back. I didn't have a heating mat until last year. Erica's saying, yes, on the news, they mentioned that water bottles are supposed to be recalled because the water came from Ohio. Okay, I see you there, Lashes. So I saw you on the camera off the screen. Okay.
Good morning.
Morning, dear.
Just
The
saying
water
hi.
from Ohio, Kentucky, and somewhere else that has contaminated. Yep, guys, I'm telling you, the water's contaminated. But yes, how you doing, Sistren?
I'm weak, but I'm good.
Are you still water fasting, girl? I thought you were doing a 1 day thing. How long are you doing it for?
3 days. No, every day I just extend it. I'm just trying to push myself to see how long I can go. But I'm about to pass out. But I'm
I
hanging.
think so. If you're doing water fasting and you feel weak, can you
Hmm.
have like a veggie juice just to strengthen you up? Does that still
Brown.
does that break your fast?
I think it will break it to me. So brown coat tell me to put salt in my water. So I put some salt in my mouth yesterday.
I
I'm
saw
hanging.
that. I saw somebody mention that on another homesteading channel that putting a bit of pink Himalayan salt in your water helps hydrate you more. I don't know the science behind it, but they recommended putting a bit of pink salt in your water and only so much salt and only having it like once a day. Don't have it like all day, but just have it once a day
Hmm.
and it will help you absorb or be hydrated. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what brown coat told me. So I
Electrolyte.
did that.
Yes, Fifi saying electrolytes.
Electrolyte.
Yeah, it
Thank
gives you.
you.
Yep. So
Cause
or maybe yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't kill yourself, please. Don't kill up yourself for no fasting.
I know, cause somebody tell me you can pass out. That's what Broncoat was telling me. You can pass out.
No, you have a young child that you have to, you don't need to be falling down and hurting yourself or passing out. Like, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Just if you
Yeah,
have to
that's
have
the thing.
a carrot juice, have a
Mhm.
carrot juice and keep on a liquid diet, liquid fast.
That's what I'm doing because I was reading the science about fasting and what it do to your body. So it said the third day in your fasting, that's when your body start releasing, like letting out inflammation. And I need information out my body, so I'm kind of pushing it. Like, okay, let me see. Okay, third day. So you know.
I feel inflammation in my body. It's gotten better, but I
Hmm.
went and dropped off something yesterday and I took the elevator up and I took the stairs going down. And I
Hmm.
could feel my knees. I felt like an old lady. Like I felt like I didn't feel right. And it's like because I work from home and I'm not like up and down the stairs like I used to be, like when I was at the office, my knees don't have that same, like, I guess you could say, like the bounce, like the same, it's just so stiff. I'm like,
Hmm.
what is going on here? Let me see what Sam's saying. I've noticed that when my husband was using bottles from the red wholesale store, he was having to use turns every day, but switched to Ice Mountain and he's fine now. Oh, sorry, Tums. I don't know what I was seeing. My eyes. Tums every day. There's a brand of water that I cannot drink anymore because they have salt in it and it's not good salt. And literally, my blood pressure was through the roof. This is about 5 years ago. I'm like, why is it through the roof? I'm drinking water. I'm trying to detox. Then somebody told me it's the water. When I stopped drinking the water, it was still high-ish, but it wasn't high. It no, it wasn't him, Sam. There was another homesteading channel. The couple, they were talking about the salt in the water. This in the last 14 days, they had a video on it. And he talked about it. Um, but yeah, the brand of water that you do use affects your health. I know firsthand. And a certain brand, I cannot buy it. And it's a popular brand. I'm not gonna say the brand before them come after me. And these same brands also take a lot of water from third world countries to go use their products and make their own product, and then you have no water. Hey, yeah. I hope you saw that I called you out on a community post to show us one of your vegan plant-based raw vegan meal for the raw vegan challenge for juicing with Jay. I called you out since you're plant-based for the month. I said, okay, I want to see one raw vegan meal from you. I showed mine and I'll show another one. I might call out some more people too. Let's do a raw vegan. Let's try. Maybe I'll call out 93 Stang. Let's just try one and see. Make something that you're gonna like and enjoy. Salt maintains your electrolytes. Yeah, that's what D Moon's saying. Lashes, salt. So maybe you have no electrolytes. And Fifi saying yes to use pink Himalayan. Don't use the white salt. So do you have pink? You must have pink Himalayan salt lashes, right? You have
Yeah,
lots of
I
that
have
there.
pink salt and I have sea salt because I always use sea salt. But then I do a research like 2 days ago when Brown Coat told me that and sea salt of microplastic in there. I'm like, okay, what now?
Everything has hey, okay, take care, G Mama. Thank you for passing through. I think everything has microplastics, lashes.
So okay, because I'm like,
Like people say these things.
mhm.
Everything has microplastics. We've polluted the environment so badly that I think there's very few things that does not have microplastics. If we're gonna be completely honest.
So true.
And have you tried black salt before? I saw it in the health food store, but I've never tried it.
No, I never tried it before. But I'm hanging in there. I'm down 7 pounds. I'm not doing it for the weight loss or for nothing. I'm just doing it for just for me. And I feel better. I'm not feeling no pain or nothing, you know. I'm like,
So
oh,
I wonder why you're feeling pain if you're plant-based. Is there something else that you're Are you still on that tofu?
yeah. I was eating. I was eating it.
Please come off. Come off. D Mood, help me. Tell her to come off the tofu. She's been on that tofu about 6 months. Come off the tofu.
I feel pain in my hand or in my knee, or I'm not really feeling no pain, no aches or nothing.
Let
I'm
me
like,
let me let me put you on a challenge. Try not to have the tofu and see. Tofu is supposed to be like an occasional thing.
mm-hmm,
So try other plant-based meals like Renaissance, like the banana blossom, jackfruit, mushroom. Try different things and come off the tofu.
yeah, because
Maybe the tofu is giving you, you're having it so much that it's giving you the inflammation.
yep. So I'm like, yep, because when you feel pain, it's inflammation. So I'm like, okay, I need to fast. So that's why I went on
Oh,
the fast.
Timu said nope, done talking to her about it.
Yeah, dude. And I'm trying to break addiction as well, my eating addiction. I'm like, okay, because
Like I have I
yeah,
have tofu in my freezer. Like I'm not saying I've never had it and I'm never gonna have it, but
hmm
when I'm eating plant-based for the
hmm
last 2 months, I haven't had tofu. I've been eating mushrooms. I've been eating a lot of mushrooms. I've been eating the walnut meat that Gina did, the walnut meat.
hmm
I've been eating just straight vegetables and salad.
hmm
I just bought sauerkraut because Juicing with Jay said we can have sauerkraut for this raw thing.
hmm
Um and it tastes kind of but I ate it. I don't mind pickled food. And it helped. Maybe try some sauerkraut and fermented foods.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm here feeling pain or whatever. I feel better ever since I went plant based. But I just want to be, I just
You
want to
want to
feel
eliminate everything. Yeah,
everything.
you want to
I
eliminate
want to.
all.
I want to. I'm just like pushing the needle. Okay, I know I can have better health. Okay,
Yeah,
you know,
I think you
my
need to come
insulin
off of the
down, everything
tofu.
down. So I'm like, okay, I want it to stay down. I want it to, So I'm just like, okay, I've never fasted like this before. I'm like, okay, so I'm like
Yeah.
pushing myself to the limit. Like, okay, because I was
I
gaining weight
I
the other day. I didn't even know it.
I'm trying to find some more vegetable like plant-based meals just because I do feel
hmm
better. I do eat meat. Yeah, Fifi says I know I eat meat, Fifi, but I don't need to eat. I could eat meat once a week and I'm good.
hmm
And I'm very particular on the quality of the meat now. And
hmm
you hunt, you get your own meat, so it's different than those who are eating like fast food stuff. It's different. Um, Lashes
Yeah.
D Mood is saying you can do herbal teas with a water fast and it doesn't
Mhm.
break your fast. So maybe that would help.
Oh, herbal tea. Oh, cool.
Like
I'm gonna
right
do
now, I'm
some
having
tea because
peppermint tea with
I'm now I'm
lemongrass and
talking to you. I feel better. So it come and go, like sometimes I'll just get light. Yesterday I get lightheaded. I go lay down. I was in bed till
listen.
4 o'clock yesterday, just
I
laying
know
down.
you wanna succeed, and I'm here supporting 110%. But if you ever feel like you're gonna pass out, don't just find a little something like have a tea or have a little coconut water or something. just to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Hey, Roro.
Mm-mm.
Do not hurt yourself.
Cause
It's not worth it, lashes. It's not. A little coconut water is not gonna push you back off the
no,
fast.
I
It
don't
just give
think
you a
so.
little
You're right.
something, and the
And
salt
I've
water
been
they're saying will
following
give
a
you the
lot of
electrolytes.
doctors on the
Yeah.
fasting. Cool.
You're
Thank you.
probably just dehydrated. You're drinking water, but okay, stay. Thanks, Bougie. We'll see you soon.
Hi, Fuji.
Um, yes, it's no Demu, exactly. Doing a fast is no good if you drop dead. It's not. It's not good. And I know some people may think, oh, I'm a failure. No, you're not failure. If you have to have a little something over the fast, a little carrot juice or a little, something, have it.
Hmm.
It's not worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Uh,
After today,
hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
eat.
Lala,
After
no
tomorrow, I'm
problem.
gonna start posting my plant-based meal on Jay's thing. I just don't post because
Yeah,
I haven't been eating. Yeah.
and you usually post because you've been doing plant raw for a long time. You've been doing raw for a long time, but it's
Hmm.
nice to see some other ideas. I have a lot of ideas for the non-raw stuff because
Uh-huh.
I've been sending you what I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, I
But
see
the
that.
raw
Thank you.
thing, but to be honest, I ate the salad yesterday.
Hmm.
It was spring mix, shredded carrots, the alfalfa pellets, and the bean sprouts. I don't know what's in those sprouts lashes, but I could
Hmm.
feel like the energy when I chew in the thing. I could
Uh-huh.
feel this energy coming from the sprouts. I'm like, this is like I feel the electric, I'm like, this is it. And I had it with the what do you call it? The yeast. What do you call it? That
The nutritionalist.
nutritional yeast. I sprinkled it on there and I put some nice natural dressing on there. And I put a
Mhm.
crouton, which doesn't count as raw, but come on, guys, I'm not raw. So I put a little couple of croutons on it
That's good.
and it was nice. And I was full until
Hmm.
late in the evening. And then I had something else, which I probably didn't need to have, but I was satisfied. And I made some carrot juice and carrot and beet. And I think I'm
Hmm.
going to be good today.
Awesome.
But I was
I'm so
hungry. I,
proud of
I said,
you.
Jay, I was hungry. I'm like, Jay, I'm hungry. You know why? I like to eat bread. I'm a bread person.
Uh-huh.
I'm a bread person. And when I went to the health food store and saw the price of the bread, the Ezekiel bread, I said, no, no, sir. It was $12 for one loaf of bread. What can one loaf of bread do for me? That gone in 2 days, one
Expensive.
day.
Hmm.
Bread.
You
And
can't
that's why
buy
people buy
nothing.
the crappy bread because with the yoga mat ingredients, because that's what they can afford.
Mm.
Hold on,
So
Dimo's
can't
saying
buy
to
nothing.
you, Lashes, you need to put back missing nutrients. Drink some pure coconut water when you're on the liquid fast.
The, the
And
fast.
Patty's saying,
Yeah, I'm gonna
listen to
go
your
get me some
body.
coconut
Exactly.
water.
Yeah. Because coconut water is water, but it's giving you the electrolytes because maybe you're just feeling a little
Yeah,
weak.
and I follow a lot of people that do fasting, a lot of doctor, not only doctor herbalists, but
Mhm.
fasting is really good for your body to repair all those those broken cells and stuff like that. And it's a process that you go through. He said it's normal. People pass out on it, but I'm not going for 21 days. People go for
No, no.
21,
But
14. I
fasting is
can't do
good.
it.
Dimu
Yeah.
is saying when you break your fast, do not eat any solid foods for a day. Do soup, coconut water, smoothies, and soft fruits
Oh, yeah.
to
Thank
get
you. I
your
see
body
that too.
back
Hmm.
into the. But yeah, you do a lot of fruit, so that's.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Are you
I
doing Are you
agree.
doing cook
So,
food or like do you still do cook food for yourself or only raw?
I was doing the tofu cook, but I'm not even gonna lie. I was dibble dabbling in rice. I cook for my family every day, and trust me, I'm like, let me taste this spoon of rice. Okay, tastes good. One more, one. So I figure I eat rice every day to
Listen, nothing
like
wrong
my
with
food.
rice,
I'm
but use
tasting the
use the
food.
brown. Do you use brown rice?
I cook white rice for them because my husband really don't like
Oh
brown
no,
rice. So
make it them brown rice.
yeah,
I
so I
make
cook
rice and
white
peas
rice.
with brown rice. I make gungo rice with brown rice. And if
Mhm,
I make it white rice, it's
mhm.
brown basmati rice. No one's getting no white rice in my house.
And
And
my
I put
husband like white dumpling. He love dumpling. So I was
my
cooking
auntie
dumpling
makes
for
the
him.
white dumpling with oatmeal. She
Mhm,
put she mixes the white flour with
mhm,
oat. and brown flour. So it's still white, but you put a little extra in there to give them a little nutrients. But the rice is all brown rice. I give them a little extra curry goat gravy or oxtail gravy on the rice, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't taste it, but no more white rice.
Exactly. Yeah, my husband eat brown, so I cook for them every day. So even though I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm still cooking for them. But for the past 3 days, nothing. I decide nothing. I'm not gonna, not even veg, nothing. So I just drink water, but I
To
still cook for
reset,
them.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, nothing
But
wrong
I,
with rice, but I
mm-hmm,
use brown rice. And to be honest, when you cook
mm-hmm,
the rice and peas, because the peas give the rice that color, they don't even know that it's not white rice. They don't
yep,
trust me, they don't know. So try the brown basmati rice, or even I
yeah,
use one time the brown Uncle Ben's rice, which is
yeah. I've
probably
been
not real
cooking
rice,
brown
but
rice too.
and they can't tell. Once you put the
Mm-mm,
little scallion in there and you put the coconut cream and everything in there like normal,
and
they
not,
cannot tell the difference, and it tastes nice same
yeah,
way.
mom. I like
So
brown rice too.
I came off the white rice, the white dumpling. When I was doing the Daniel fast. I made
Mm-hmm,
mind you, I'll have to find the video for you. The dumpling wasn't as good as the white flour, but it was almost as good. I mixed the chickpea flour with cornmeal and something else, and the dumplings were soft and nice. And
mm-hmm.
and it was like I made a stew peas, ital stew peas, and the dumpling was nice. The family liked the dumpling, but mix his white flour with a little oat flour to make it less white, make it more like whole grainish. Let me see
Yeah,
what Dimo was saying. He and his wife did a 21-day herbal tea fast, and it took 7 days after to eat any salad. Yeah, because your digestion
mm-hmm.
has been turned off, and now you have to turn it back on slowly.
Yeah, cause my throat feel funny. I'm like, why my throat feel funny? I'm not eating. It's like, your throat like, I'm like, I can't even drink water yesterday because my throat feel really funny.
I felt funny last night too, and my sinuses keep getting clogged up, and I don't know why. So obviously, I have a lot of inflammation in my body because I'm like, I've been 2 months mostly. I had a piece of fish last week, but that don't really count because it counts. But I've been plant based. I was feeling a little funny, so I figured I need some more nutrients. So I had a piece of fish, and I'll start talking about the good food, pee. Um,
What's
but
wrong with them
I
kids?
have so much inflammation. It's ridiculous.
Yep, we do. And it's a food, the food that we eat.
And the chemicals in the food and the crap. So this is what's going on. But it's 10:30. I'm gonna call it quits. The man's car is still behind
Get
my
up.
car, guys. And I'm hungry and I'm grouchy. So I'm gonna knock on his door and it's not gonna be cute. Morning, Aiden. Morning, Keon. Your body goes through several stages during a fast. I'm telling you guys, again, not medical advice. If you cannot do a fast, I would recommend at least intermittent fasting. Try to start eating at a certain time and stop eating at a certain time. If you can start eating at about, let's say, 10 o'clock in the morning and stop by 7 p.m. and discipline yourself, even that will give you some good results until you're ready to do like a 1 day fast and a 3 day fast and work your way up. But I do intermittent fasting. Like I haven't eaten since I gotten up this morning and I shoveled some snow. So maybe not a good plan, but
Yeah, I was doing
I
that for
am
you.
drinking tea.
Intermittent fasting. It's good.
Yeah, and my stomach is growling right now. I don't know if you can hear it in the mic. It's growling. So I'm gonna give it. I have
Good.
a carrot juice. I'm gonna have a carrot juice, and I may have some fruit and a smoothie. But I'm not gonna eat until maybe 12 o'clock, and that
Mm-hmm.
has helped with my inflammation. It has helped me a lot. So
It
try to
does.
eat and don't have no big breakfast. Start your day with fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're diabetic, talk to your doctor again, talk to your proper medical license advisors. But fruit, water, coconut water, herbal tea in the morning, have something that's, you know, healthier, not
So true.
bacon and sausages and all them. Like, that's not good for you. And most of us are of a certain age where, you know, but I have to run because I have to shovel some more snow and tell this man to move his damn car from off of my side. I'll talk to you soon, Lashes.
I
And
see.
I have to send. Oh, so Yaya got the thing. Okay. If anybody has any other recipes they want to recommend for not only raw vegan but just vegan in general, you have some nice recipes that you see on the Instagram, especially Instagram. Just forward them to me. I forward them to Lashes and stuff. Forward them to me. If you want to get stuff from us, like vegan stuff, just let me know, because I don't know what you guys want, but I like the recipes because it, especially the Jamaican vegan recipes. And there's one girl called Authentic Plant Based Eats. She's Jamaican. For those of you who of a certain culture and you want vegan food that's of your culture, so that you don't feel like you're missing out, we can help find it for you, and try to have 1 or 2 meal a week. When you eat fish, you give yourself 2 days for it to break. Yes, I did. 2 days to digest. But it's better than having red meat. But I've been plant based for since the new year. I did eat some fish last week. I felt like I needed some fish. Don't judge me, but it is what it is. And I'm back on the plant based. And I will be doing a couple of days throughout the month. Hey, Crafty. Hey, Mama. I'm going to be doing raw vegan to help to encourage juicing with Jay, and not just to encourage him. It's good for us. We have to learn to try different things. You can't keep saying, I don't like that. Man, I don't like that. And putting up your nose. Taste the food. If you don't like it, try to make it nicer. Find a way to make it more interesting and more flavorful. I don't know. You have to figure it out. But let me tell you, that piece of steak that you're buying from the store has been glued together. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to find the thing and post it. Half of the meat you're getting has been glued together. So what's worse? Eating that glued together meat or having a salad with some croutons and some nice dressings? And yes, everyone who doesn't know, Crafty had the baby on the Tuesday. So sure, the little princess is here. Little Crafty is here. They had a shower for her on Big Rooster, but if you guys don't know and you support her channel, you watch her, you can go and send her a little something for the baby. I think she had an Amazon wish list or some kind of something. Check her channel. I don't know. I think she had something for the baby wish list. So if you're so inclined, check her out. Um, if you're not subscribed to my channel, if you're in the bushes, please subscribe and like the videos. I've been putting a lot of time on the pre-recorded videos to edit them, and I'm going to be sending out some more stuff this week. You will be seeing soon a collaboration. Most of you guys have done it yourself already. You've done that mini hand chainsaw. They contacted me to get that product as well. I think Gigi did it. Gina did it. I think Nikki did it already. Quite a few of you have already done it. I got the product. I haven't picked it up because it's snowing, so I have to go get it. I will be doing an unboxing of that. I don't think they want me to do a review because I can't chop nothing now. There's nothing to chop, but I will do an unboxing. I'm not going to be in the video, just my hands, and do a nice unboxing. I'll release that. So check that out when it comes out. I haven't even opened the box yet. I will be doing a mail call. Some of you sent me mail from 2022 up until now. I'm going to do one mail call and have everybody into one mail call saying thank you for all the things that you've sent me throughout the year as well. And something else I want to say before I forget. Oh, yeah. Subscribe to my channel, like the videos. I do have a membership available. Check it out if you're interested. I think it's $199 is the lowest tier. So check it out. And be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Do your research. And if you find some information this week about the water, any tips or brands to recommend to the community, put it on your community tab. Tag some of us so we can share it and share the post. Instagram, same thing. What else? Grow something. Grow some food. Oh, I remember now. Tonight is the chat, and they have a special guest tonight, which is Lashes' Journey. Is going to be on the chat tonight, and tonight it's going to be hosted by Hands in the Dirt. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I will be there if I'm not still shoveling, but if not, I'll watch the replay. So please check out Hands in the Dirt tonight, 7 p.m. for the chat. They will be interviewing Lashes Journey. So support the interview, support Hands in the Dirt. Appreciate the educated session. Thank you for thank you, Patties. Thank you, Yaya. Thank you, Fifi. Grow some food, guys. We're here growing. And I'm trying to share all your guys' videos. Oh, he's snow blowing. I should ask him to snow blow mine. There's a man across the snow blowing. And livestock is coming to the homestead over here. I won't be sharing that much of it because people be bad minded, will complain and report me to the city. But the members will see some stuff. I'll post some pics here and there, but not really. But the Cluck Clucks will be here by Easter. By Easter weekend, the Cluck Clucks will be here. So I will post what I know. Those guys who already have Cluck Clucks, like Fifi, I'm watching your videos heavily to help me get through. I'm not getting chicks. I'm getting teenagers. But still it's going to take work. So keep me in your thoughts. So grow some food, eat healthy, try something different, try to come off of the store-bought food. It's not good for us, and find ways to make your money stretch, because guys, it's getting rough out there. Maybe not for you and I because we grow food, but people going to be getting a little bit more aggressive and maybe stealing and helping themselves. And it's better that you just have extra so that they steal. It doesn't really impact you that much. We each have our own neighborhoods, but for me, I'm just going to grow more food, share it, and let them, if they want to steal it, they can steal it. I'm still going to be good. All right, take care, God blessings, and I'm going to tell this man to move his car. All right, Geta. And type #urban to drop your link. I'll let the live run for another few minutes. Type in your link so that people can come and find you, okay?